Okay, real talk time, ladies. Have you ever looked at that adorable little human you created and thought, ugh, I hate this? Like full on, I miss my old life, I miss sleeping, I miss peeing alone kind of hate. Don't even try to deny it because I've been there, girlfriend. We're sold this fairy tale about motherhood being all sunshine and rainbows. But let's be real, it can be brutal. The sleep deprivation alone is enough to make you want to join the circus, and that's before we even get to the diaper explosions and the constant demands. But here's the thing, it's okay to not love every second of it. And it's definitely okay to admit that sometimes you just need a break from the tiny human who stole your sleep, your sanity, and your ability to have a hot meal. Listen, we're all guilty of slapping on a smile and pretending everything's peachy keen, especially when it comes to our kids. We think we have to be these perfect, put-together moms 24/7, but that's just not realistic. First things first, you gotta stop with the guilt trip, okay? Feeling overwhelmed doesn't make you a bad mum, it makes you human. You're allowed to have bad days, you're allowed to feel touched out, and you're definitely allowed to miss your pre-baby life. It doesn't mean you don't love your kid more than life itself. It just means you're not a robot programmed to spew out lullabies and baby talk 24/7. Instead of trying to bury those feelings, let's normalize them. Talk to your partner, your best friend, that one mum friend who always keeps it real, whoever you trust. Remember, acknowledging your feelings is the first step to dealing with them. Okay, so you've acknowledged your feelings. Good job, Mama. Now it's time to let those bad boys breathe. Trust me, keeping everything bottled up inside is a recipe for disaster. Talk to someone you trust. Your partner, your bestie, your therapist, that lady at the grocery store who always compliments your baby. We all have one. Sometimes just saying the words out loud, "I'm struggling," can feel like a massive weight lifted off your shoulders. It's like finally taking off those Spanx after a long night, pure relief. And hey, if you're not quite ready to spill the tea to someone you know, that's totally cool. There are tons of online support groups where you can connect with other mums going through the same thing. Think of it like a virtual wine night with your girlfriends, minus the hangover and the judgment. Remember, you are not alone in this. Reaching out and talking about it can make all the difference. Alright, let's be real. Sleep is a luxury when you've got a tiny human demanding your attention 24/7. It's like trying to find a parking spot in LA on a Saturday night. Nearly impossible. But here's the thing, even though you might not be able to get a full 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep, who am I kidding? 8 hours? What's that? Prioritizing rest is crucial. Think of it like this. Your body just went through a marathon, like literally pushed a human out of you or had major surgery, you rock star, and now it needs time to recover. So how do you sneak in some shut-eye when you've got a tiny dictator ruling your life? First things first, ditch the guilt about napping when the baby naps. I know, you've got a million things on your to-do list, but trust me, those dishes can wait. Your sanity, however, cannot. If you're lucky enough to have a partner, get them in on the sleep action too. And if you're flying solo, don't be afraid to ask for help from friends or family. Look, I get it. When you're running on fumes and covered in spit up, self-care is probably the last thing on your mind. But trust me, taking care of your physical and mental health is just as important as changing diapers and mastering the art of swaddling. Think of it like this. You can't pour from an empty cup, right? You need to replenish your own energy and sanity before you can be the best mum you can be. Start with the basics. Try to eat nutritious meals. Yes, even if that means shoveling in cold pizza while bouncing a baby on your hip. Get outside for some fresh air, even if it's just for a quick walk around the block. And move your body, girlfriend. Even some gentle stretching, or a little yoga can do wonders for your mood and energy levels. Remember, self-care doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. You deserve it, Mama. Okay, here comes the real talk, ladies. If you're feeling completely overwhelmed, like you're drowning in a sea of diapers and despair, and nothing seems to be helping, it's time to call in the professionals. There's absolutely no shame in asking for help. It doesn't mean you're a failure. It means you're strong enough to admit you need support. Postpartum depression and anxiety are real, and they're more common than you think. We're talking about more than just the baby blues here. This is serious stuff. If you're experiencing constant sadness, anxiety, or feeling detached from your baby, please reach out to a doctor or therapist. They can help you navigate these feelings and find the support you need. Seeking help isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. So don't suffer in silence. Reach out and get the help you deserve. Listen, motherhood is a wild ride, full of ups and downs, twists and turns. It's messy, it's exhausting, and it's definitely not for the faint of heart. But it's also the most incredible, rewarding, and life-changing experience you'll ever have. Remember, you don't have to be perfect, you just have to be present. Show up for yourself, show up for your baby, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Now go out there and rock this motherhood thing. You got this.